Hello, lovely to see you again. You are, of course, watching the Planet Cruise TV show. My name's Sean Ryan. Do you know, no matter what day I've had, whenever I sit down and present the 8 o'clock show on a Tuesday, I always feel relaxed, I always feel in a good place, because this is all about you and I finding our next cruise. Now, tonight, we have got 5 outstanding offers. We've even got a week's cruise for under £370. And if you're thinking about visiting China, stay tuned. We have got the best cruise and trip we've ever seen in the last 7 or 8 years, seriously. But I'm joined tonight by one of the gentlemen that takes your calls, that books your cruise for you. Glenn Wallace is with me. I see you again, Glenn.
How are you? You okay?
I am. I'm excited about tonight.
You are very excited. You're very hyper tonight, aren't you? You've been like that for the last couple of hours. What's in that water?
We have got a great show, and I think we've got something for everybody tonight, haven't we?
We've got 5 great deals, 4 really fantastic ones, and of course this China one, which we're going to talk about in the middle, which, as we've been talking about it over the last couple of hours as well, isn't it? We think it's the best package ever put together with, if you want to experience China, it's got everything included on this one, and it's a bit special, yeah. So
and Glenn, for viewers that don't know, Glenn's appeared on the shows, you've done, you know, bits and pieces for us over the last year or so, but obviously you work full-time for Planet.
Yeah.
And you spent years in the cruise industry, didn't you?
I did 10 years in the end.
Wow.
Started in 2003, did 10 years all the way through, worked for a number of different companies. Lucky enough to visit 6 out of the 7 continents, so I've done most of them, seen most of the world, and I was tours manager on board the ship. So again, I had quite a good knowledge of knowing the ports of call and obviously sending people out on tours. And yeah, it was a fantastic time. And then we had the baby 6 months ago. Baby Brooke came along, and that was the end of that.
So you've got a real life now.
Yeah, so now I'm in the office now sending people around the world, but it's fantastic. I really enjoy working with them.
And I know that we were talking every week about a third of the customers that call in and speak to, you know, Glenn and the team. Yeah. They're booking their first cruise, aren't they?
Yeah, I would say 25–30% of the people that phone in are, you know, they've obviously seen the adverts for the cruises and they're a little bit unsure and they don't want to just book out the newspaper, so they phone us and they talk to us about them, and we can sell them any cruise and give them advice on anything. So even yesterday I sold a couple of mini cruises, 2-day cruises, and I sold 3 cabins yesterday for a 52-day cruise on one of the P&O ships, which is half of their world sector. So again, price range, duration, where in the world they want to go. They need to have some idea, obviously, when they want to go away, what they want to spend, but then come through to us, talk to us, and we can walk them through it nice and easy and give them as much information as we can.
And the great thing is, you know, you're a multi-award winning company.
Yeah.
You deal with all the major cruise ships and cruise companies, don't you?
We do, so we don't push anyone in particular. No. We just work with every single person. And the other thing as well, we're not unbiased, so we will find the best cruise to suit you. And again, most of the people, a lot of the people in the office, have worked in the industry for many, many years. So again, we've got that knowledge, okay, and we've all worked on different vessels.
And you know, you can see there are many reasons to book with Planet Cruise, but you will get given the best advice and we'll find the best cruise that's right for you, because we're all like different things. Great feedback, of course, as ever with Planet Cruise, and it is a free phone number to call as well. What time's the call centre open tonight, Glenn?
We're open till 10:30 tonight, so it's a late one tonight, and they're normally 10 o'clock every night. So we're open from 8 in the morning. They can phone first thing, or they can phone when they come back from work. The team are waiting there to take their calls.
You know, Tuesday nights are the busy nights.
Tuesday night's the big one, yes.
Yeah, it really is.
Hopefully.
And tonight, I bet you're glad you're not in the call centre.
No, I'm quite happy to be here. No problem at all.
It's going to be heaving tonight, I tell you. Now, also, there's a brand new brochure that we can send you, and it's the Alaska brochure. Now, you can go online. All we need you to do is go onto the Planet Cruise website, planetcruise.co.uk there, pop in your details, and we'll send you this gorgeous brochure. I'm not being funny, but I've seen a copy of it. It looks amazing and great to have on the coffee table at home, but so much advice in there as well.
Yeah, we actually had the people come in the other day talking about things like the Rocky Mountaineer and places like that. Alaska is somewhere maybe people haven't been to before, and it's a new destination. Fantastic opportunity. Check that brochure out, and as I said, there is something there for everybody.
But you need to do that online. Don't do it over the phone lines. Do it online, and we'll send it to you. Anyway, we better begin. By the way, if you wonder where Keith is, he's on a cruise, and hopefully, fingers crossed, he's in the middle of the sea tonight, but hopefully he's going to call in and tell us how his cruise is going, okay?
Hopefully.
So anyway, we're going to start off with an absolute cracker. It's with Costa Cruises. On board one of their latest ships. She's only less than a couple of years old, and look at the price there, $359.
It's a bit of a special one, this. For 7 days cruising, if you think about it, what's that, about £40, £50 a day, £55 a day? Absolutely fantastic. Over into Mallorca, one of my favourite destinations. I'm going to talk a little bit about that later on. But again, on the Costa Diadema, it's a ship that was brought into commission in 2013. Wow. So it's one of their new vessels, so it's very, very high-tech.
I think we should have a look, don't you?
Oh, it's fantastic. And as I said, very, very popular. Good for all the families, so children and adults as well. And again, a lovely, relaxed atmosphere. atmosphere on this one as well. Nice Mediterranean cruises. What they do is their main sort of thing that they do with Costa. Sailing out of Venice, very many of the ports. Beautiful restaurants on there as well.
Just looking here, I mean, the finishing touches really
yeah,
special.
and they've got a number of different restaurants in there to cater for all the types. You've got your formal or you've got your casual dining. Of course, pizzas is an Italian cruise ship, so what else are you going to expect on there as well? And again, you can just relax. The pool's on there. They've got the spa facilities. They've got something there for everyone. And the price, as I said, for this cruise, maybe as an introduction to cruising, you know, maybe you don't want to spend all your money, but for $359, give it a whirl. You've got great spa facilities on there as well, and again, the team on there will look after you. Treat yourself, maybe have your hair done, have a massage or whatever you fancy, or just relax or party.
I mean, to have this kind of experience, and you can see how opulent the ship is, and you're going to pay less than £360 for a whole week, and this includes your flights, of course, as well. Incredible.
We stayed in a hotel the other week in Milton Keynes. It was about £80 a night, so it's cheaper to go out here.
Yeah, listen, I'm sure Milton Keynes is beautiful, but, you know...
Yeah, we'll move on from there, shall we? OK, no problem at all.
But this is your chance of really experiencing a wonderful cruise. The single special, we are going to point that out, you know, normally for a week on a cruise, if you're single, lady or gentleman, you're talking £700–800. We've got a price of $459. Just looking here, I mean, all the bars, the restaurants, so opulent.
It's
so
really
tasteful.
good, and as I say, exactly that single special that you have there, sometimes, as I said, they are more expensive, but for $459, a fantastic offer. And again, we'll talk about the ports in a minute, but you've got great cabins on there. Sit back, look out on your balconies, you may be sailing to Naples or Marseille. Fantastic opportunity.
Just looking, we've even got balcony prices on this one starting at $479. We've got outside starting at $419.
You've even got some of the restaurants on there that actually sit out on the side of the ship, so as you're sailing along, you can sit back, relax, and take in the views as well. And Costa is a very, very popular cruise ship that we sell a lot of at the moment.
And tonight at $359, it is going to go.
Yeah.
I mean, all the years I've been presented, John, it's 8 years now. To get a week away at $359 on a ship that beautiful is quite incredible. Anyway, starts off with a little flight, which is, of course, included, over to Barcelona.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you get all your transfers always with Planet.
Yeah, so we'll organise the flights for you. Obviously, these are based on London flights, but we can look at regional airports if applicable. We can get those in for you. And then from there, you've got a chance to fly into Barcelona, a chance to have a look around Barcelona itself on there. And again, that's a fantastic opportunity. A nice way to start your cruise. Then we're going on to one of my favourite destinations. I'm actually getting married in Palma next year, 3rd of September. Presents are required on this one, Sean. But again, we're going to this a little bit later on, so we'll talk about this a little bit later on in Palma, but again, a fantastic destination.
Day at sea, so just enjoy that amazing ship, and we're making our way over to Naples, one of your favourite places.
Naples, for me as a tours manager, has always been the highlight ports of call because there's so much to do, and unfortunately, you've only got one day there. So you've got a chance to go to Vesuvius. You can walk up Vesuvius and take in the views there. Then you can see Pompeii, and again, that's one I'd really, really advise, and make sure you do that as an organised tour. You need to see Pompeii with a guide, okay, so very, very important. Again, the other opportunities you've got to go is to Capri, you can go along the Amalfi coastline, but a great opportunity in Naples for the tours is one of the best places to go and see.
And Planet can even sort those out, can't
We can sort those out for you as well. Even if you just want to go into Naples, Naples is the home of the pizza. So you can, if you can get across the busiest road in the world and get to the restaurants in Naples, you can try that. But there's loads to do in the bay there of Naples. Really, really fantastic.
Where's next then, Glenn?
We're then moving on to La Spezia. La Spezia, this is more, done with a few more of the Italian cruise ships. And again, this is maybe your introduction to get over to Lucca. So if you like the Italian wines, the Italian cuisine, maybe take a trip out to Lucca.
I took that trip and it was
fantastic.
Wonderful.
Fantastic if you like your Italian cuisine. And again, beautiful small bays there. We've got Portofino again, we'll talk about a little bit later on. And you have got a chance also on this one, if you take one of the tours, to go off to Pisa, on the Leaning Tower of Pisa. But we will be visiting Livorno as well later on. So again, another one to talk about.
And then Savona is next.
Savona's another one as well. You've got the Sistine Chapel there, which is a place to go and see. You're also about 45 kilometres from Genoa, one of the big Italian cities. So again, if you want to visit Genoa, you can make your way down to there. Great harbour area there, and again, you've got the huge aquarium. But again, some of the countryside, make sure you get out of these ports of call and maybe take a tour, speak to the team at Planet Cruise, and we can try and organise one of these for you as well. But Savona's a lovely little destination.
And the great thing, you don't have to decide anything now, but get the cruise booked
Get the cruise book first of all, and then do your research, okay?
Yeah, that's what I do.
That's what I say to people. Look at these ports you're going to and look where you want to go.
And don't do what Hayley, one of our presenters, has done. She's been on a cruise for last week and she never got
left
off
the ship.
once.
Never left the ship.
The ship was that good.
But they're still replenishing the champagne at the moment, aren't they?
They are. The bars were quite dry at the end of it, I gather.
Exactly,
And even the restaurants were running out of food. No, that would never happen on a cruise ship, actually. Now, Marseille is next, isn't it?
Marseille, again, down into the south of France. Again, that whole of that coastline down the Côte d'Azur is beautiful down there. And again, Marseille, a lovely sailing on this one, as you can see. The ship will take you into Marseille there, and you can just make your way off. Again, maybe you don't want to do a tour here.
No,
just have a walk off, go and sit and do some people watching, pretend you're Millionaire's Row, and just sit back and look at the yachts coming in, have a cappuccino or a coffee, sit back and take in the views.
I always do a mixture. I'll sometimes have a tour, sometimes I'll get off and do my own thing, just wander around. Sometimes I will stay on the ship.
And as an ex-tours manager, I'd always, say try and take the tours. But for me on a cruise, have a look at a couple of the ports and go and do a tour with maybe the ship or with Planet Cruise. If not, then go and do your own thing. Have a bit of freedom yourself and go off and do your own thing.
And then your final point, you're back to Barcelona, where you disembark, and of course you've got your flight back as well. Now, in terms of what's included, so much, if you've never been on a cruise, so much is included. Obviously all of your return flights, all of your private transfers there as well. Flights are available, as Glenn mentioned, from most UK airports. Just ask us about that. We'll see what we can do for you, of course. The value, £52 per person per night. Honestly, I've paid more than that for, a very average B&B, and we only need a deposit on selected departure dates there. Don't forget that single special, £459. And if you can afford it, just look at the prices we've got for the outside and the balconies as well. To get all of that natural light, to have your own private balcony, you can actually do that with prices there starting at $479 for balcony. So that really is an amazing start to the show. But Glenn, when we get a deal like that, the phones start ringing straight away.
They start ringing, and again, I would stress, we obviously work to everyone's budget, but the upgrade to balconies from inside is second to none. It's not that much on there. And to go from an inside cabin with no windows, upgrade to a nice balcony, as you said, some beautiful, beautiful sailings as well. You'll get the benefit of having the balcony.
So give us a call right now if you can for that one. And don't forget, it's a free phone number. The call centre open until 10:30 tonight. Glenn's not there, but all of his colleagues are, thankfully.
They're busy, they're ready.
Yeah, they are. Now, I've been very lucky. I've cruised around the fjords twice now, and our next cruise with P&O around the fjords. But there's something that you can do right now, and that's pre-register for their World Cruises in 2017. Glenn, how does this work then?
This is what's called a pre-registration of the World Cruises. So obviously we have a core of people that want to do these World Cruises. What they can do is they go onto the website and they can see the various itineraries. Now, not everybody can take 110 days off, but we also do sectors, okay? So sometimes you can maybe sail from Southampton to maybe San Francisco or down to South Africa. You can break it up into sections. You can go on the website and have a look at the various sections they have. You can look at the prices, then you contact us and you pre-register. That basically means that when it comes online from about the 8th of September onwards, you're going to get some of the benefits, as we've showed there on the slide. So you've got the Wi-Fi, you've got some of the price guarantees on there as well, and again, you get extra onboard spend for past passengers.
And it's no commitment, there's no credit card details or anything, it's just simply registering at this point.
It's registering, but the other thing is, Sean, the main thing is you've got the whole ship to choose from. You can pick your cabin. Okay, so if you know the ships and you want to be on B-deck, midships, you know sort of what cabins you want, we can pick those for you and know that you're going to beat the rush. We've had people the last couple of days trying to book World Cruises for this year, and their cabins just aren't there, and they're very particular what they want, but if they're not there, we can't sell them. Pre-register now for 2017 and we can get them sorted for you.
Great advice. You are going to be cruising with P&O around the fjords. It's a company that Glenn worked for many, many years. And this cruise is from Southampton. Now, if you live near Southampton, great. But if you've maybe got a 4 or 5 hour journey or even longer, then it makes sense to actually stay in Southampton the night before. We do a very special relationship for our Planet Cruise customers with the Meon Valley Marriott Hotel. And here's my younger twin brother to tell you more. Planet Cruise have a great partnership with the Marriott Meon Valley 4-star hotel here in Southampton. Bed, breakfast, free car parking, transfers to and from the port are actually all included. Now, I arrived earlier yesterday. I had someone take care of my bags. I went for a swim. I had the most amazing night's sleep, and I've just finished off a hearty breakfast. And now, with my car safely parked, I'm about to take the chauffeur-driven shuttle to Southampton Port, which is a mere 12 miles away.
And then when my cruise is over, they'll drop me off here and I can drive safely home.
Honestly, it makes such a difference, doesn't it?
Well, we get loads of people do this, and like you're saying, people are not all from Southampton. You know, sometimes they've got a long drive, and it adds an extra day for your holiday. So we have people come down, they stay in the Marriott the night before, bed and breakfast in the morning, then it's nice, relaxing. They leave at 10:30, 11 o'clock to get down to the port, check in, and it's a lovely way of doing it. And at the end of the cruise, they'll arrange to pick you up, bring you back to, obviously, the hotel.
And if you work out the price of your parking for a week anyway, or maybe 2 weeks on certain cruises, to stay there and get your parking and transfers included, it actually works out really affordable. Now, I would let you talk over the P&O ship, because you worked with P&O for many years.
I worked for P&O for a number of years for a couple of the different brands that we had. And again, Azura is a fantastic ship. It's going to be based over in the Caribbean for the winter, and then it comes out, obviously, to the Mediterranean and to Europe for the summer. A big ship, one of the big vessels they have. I think it's about 3,000 people. So the facilities on board Azura are fantastic. Geared to all ages, for families, adults, all types of people on there as well. But again, it does cater for everyone. Great restaurants on board. You've got your normal restaurants, which is your normal dining, or you've got your speciality restaurants on there as well. Again, you've even got pool tables. If it's not moving too much on the ship, the balls won't move, but you've got the pool tables there. They do like a couple of drinks. And again, they have obviously the dancing and the entertainment on there as well. The thing with P&O as well, British cruise ship, British entertainment, normally British cruise directors and British entertainment staff. So it's geared to the British market, which is
And I was going to, generally speaking, yeah, predominantly British customers on board.
Yeah, obviously British customers on there. So, as I said, everything's geared around those. But again, fantastic facilities on there. Staff, as I said, I know many of them that work on there as well. And again, they transfer around the ships and they know the product very, very well. And they know what the Brits want. One of the highlights, of course, is the entertainment on board as well. Some of the West End shows on there are fantastic. Again, I've got friends that are in the shows there as well. And Azura is one of the flagships of the P&O fleet. It's a nice way to see the fjords.
We know that the fjords is one of the top-selling destinations with Planet Cruise. To get a price again, we're looking at $569.
$569 is
really good, isn't it?
Unbelievable price, Sean. It really, really is good to go up to the fjords. And as I said, I worked up there for 3 years with one of the other cruise ships, so I know the ports of call very, very well up there. It's a different type of cruising, fjords cruising, to, again, just like example, the cruise we talked about just before. The main highlights of fjord cruising is the fjord cruising itself, going in and out of the fjords themselves, sitting on the back deck at 6 o'clock in the evening with a glass of wine, looking at all the waterfalls, looking at the mountain, the scenery, the fresh air. You feel alive in the fjords, and it is something a little bit special.
I was recently, as some of you will know, for a friend's 50th birthday. It was her first cruise, and yeah, she absolutely adored it. Anyway, let's show you where you're going to be cruising to. So, as we mentioned, from Southampton, first day at sea, and then we're over to Stavanger.
So you've got a nice introduction with the day at sea, normally captain's cocktail party, get to meet all the officers and crew, which is good. Then into Stavanger, which is obviously starting to go into the fjords there. Stavanger, famous for Lysefjorda, amazing sailing there. Again, this is what I'm saying, don't lay in bed in the morning, get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, out on the back deck after you've had your breakfast and taking the first sights. The good thing with this cruise and the dates that we have on here is obviously it gets very cold in Norway in the winter with the snow and the ice. That melts, and then that's your sailing into Lysefjorda there, and that's the Pulpit Rock, which is one of the famous sites there. So again, the waterfalls are very, very strong at this time of year because the snow's melted. Obviously, all the water's in the waterfalls. Amazing, amazing views. And as I said, that is what I'm saying about the fjord cruising.
Honestly, I mean, these pictures are great, but in real life,
you can't take it in unless you go there.
No, you really can't. I've been twice, and I'm going to go again next year. So, Stavanger, beautiful first port, and then over to Flom. You've got to do the railway in Flom, haven't you?
You have to do the railway. Now, again, people do decide to go and do this themselves. Just be careful. In the season, it does get very, very busy. You don't want to miss out on the tickets. Flom Railway, 12 miles of track, right up into the mountains. It's like something out of a cross between a fairy tale and Lord of the Rings. Again, with if the weather's good there, the amazing views, commentary up to the top of the hotel. You get coffee and snacks at the top, and then on the way back through the train as well.
And I remember what was lovely. The season changed so much. You know, I went in May, and so it was a lovely kind of spring day and really quite warm. But then as we made our way up to the top, all of the snow.
Yeah.
And it felt like winter, and then back to spring again.
This is the main attraction in Flom, in Norway. You have to go to the Flom Railway.
Then Olden.
Olden is a small little town. You can actually walk around Olden in about 2.5 minutes. So again, make sure you take a tour there. Brickstall Glacier is the place to go and see. Again, not easy. If you don't know about Norway, probably the most expensive country in the world, so taxis and things like that aren't a good idea. It's worth taking the excursions.
And that's what I did, and the glacier was absolutely amazing.
Beautiful glacier. You can walk all the way up to the actual, as far as you can
really
go.
there, yeah,
you're really
mouth.
close, and it's an amazing, amazing pictures there of the Brickstow Glacier. So, but in Oldham itself, it's a very, very small little village, and a coffee will set you back about £400 or £500, so that's not too bad. So it's probably worth doing a tour and then coming back onto the ship and having your refreshments.
And actually, the tour I did included refreshments when you got to the glacier as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Bergen is our final port.
Bergen's your main shopping destination, second largest city in Norway. Again, highlights of this one, the funicular and the cable car. Worth doing on this one. Take a trip right to the very top. Amazing views over Bergen. The sailing on this one is spectacular into Bergen. And the other thing as well, walk around the fish market. You'll see all the fish. Obviously, Norway famous for its fishing. And again, beautiful market areas around there to maybe have a drink, get your souvenirs before finishing the cruise and back on board.
And then a final day at sea. And you honestly, there'll be lots happening on that last day. And then, of course, back to Southampton. I cannot, if you've not cruised around the fjords, do it. You'll love it. Say, I've done it twice and I've been very lucky and plan on visiting them again. If you want to stay in the Mearn Valley, Marriott, we can do that from only £79 per person. That includes parking and port transfers. We've got a brilliant upgrade. I'll tell you about that in a second, but it's only £30 to get an outside. And the itineraries vary just slightly depending on the departure date. Just call for details. Look at the prices, because, Glenn, you know, you really want to see as much as possible. So to get an ocean view for just £30 more on some of those dates.
Yeah, it's
really
well worth doing. Having that light coming in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
The other thing I would suggest you guys, if you can afford it and if it's within your price range, think about upgrading to a balcony. There's nothing better than pulling back the curtains in the morning as you're sailing into Bergen or sailing into Leisefjorda. Amazing, amazing views. That's worth the money alone. So if you can afford it, just think about the balcony, especially for something like the fjords.
And, you know, having things like your breakfast on the balcony while you're looking at those views.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I looked amazing sat there in my dressing gown, as you can imagine. Anyway, we need to take a very, very deep breath, because I mean, Glenn, you've worked with Planet Cruise now for a fair while. You've been in the industry for a decade. You were telling me earlier that the next trip to China is the best that you've ever seen.
Yeah, we get packages put together, and obviously they include many, many different things. I would say for China, if you want to go and see China, this is the best package I've ever seen. And that's not just me saying that. That includes everything on this one, with a cruise, a river cruise, seeing a few furry friends that we might have included on that one as well. And obviously some of the highlights is a great
So a river cruise, obviously your main cruise, and so many trips and excursions, and every single aspect of this has been taken care of. You don't have to think of a thing. It's all done for you. By the way, the price came down by £200 today as well. My note said $3,699 earlier. It's actually come down by £200. It is amazing. We're going to just share a little clip of film of China, just give you kind of to whet your appetite a bit.
Yeah, but this is a package they've put together, and the team have put this together. We have a lady that works over in China with us that does some of these tours. It incorporates everything. So again, if China's on your bucket list and you're not sure the best way to do this, you're a little bit worried about exploring it yourselves, this is the ultimate way to do it. It's going to be a month's package altogether, 31 nights. It's going to take in not only a river cruise, it's also going to take in the Terracotta Warriors, it's going to take in the Great Wall of China, it's also going to go and see the pandas, which is something amazing if you've never had the opportunity to do that before. And we haven't even started on the cruise yet. A cruise of 17 days, again taken in places like Hong Kong, Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam, and Bangkok as well.
Honestly, and every single aspect has been taken care of. And honestly, when we break down the hotel stays, the flights, the internal flights, the tours, the cruise, the value is exceptional. I can honestly say, if I was able to take a month off, then I'd do this.
Yeah,
I really would.
When we seal
You're not
deals,
going to let me, but I would. I'd definitely.
When we seal deals like this, you know, it's something that really whets your appetite. And as I said, at 5 o'clock today, it was $3,699. They've dropped it by £200.
So if you're, if you're retired or you can take the time off, this is the one. Okay, sit back. Relax, we're going to take you on a journey that could be real if you book it. So,
Chapter 1.
So it starts off obviously with the flight to Shanghai, doesn't it?
Yeah, so we've got flights from London over to Shanghai. Obviously, we can look at maybe Manchester and Birmingham if you need them, but this includes flights from London over, and then you've got your 2-night stay there in Shanghai. If you've never been to Shanghai, I was fortunate enough to go there a couple of years ago. Amazing gardens and temples, but it's the skyline that really lights up in Shanghai, as you can see there. You've got the Shanghai Tower. Oriental Pearl Tower, you've got the People's Square as well, and the shopping in Shanghai is second to none as well.
Yeah, I
So
gather.
great shopping over there as well. I think we filmed one of the Batman films there as well there a couple of years ago. Christopher Nolan filmed that there as well. But again, the skyline of Shanghai is something to behold.
And I know that you, Planet have arranged a city tour as well.
They've got a city tour on there on the first day, so it's good. If you don't know where you're going as well, good opportunity to do the city tour and see what's going on there.
Now, a little flight's next, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got a flight then that's taking you to Yichang. Now, I do apologise if any of my Chinese pronunciations go wrong today. We are trying our best. But again, with this
let
one...
you off.
Oh, thanks very much. With this one as well, we're going to then start on a river cruise. Now, we've started river cruise, and this is a really popular product now. It's exploded over the whole market now. And this one is going to be an introduction into river cruise, and a 4-day river cruise on the Yangtze River.
And it's a 5-star river cruise as well.
5-star
and you're going to
river
get
cruise.
to see so much, aren't you?
Yeah, it's different from ocean cruising. You know, you can go out into the Atlantic and not see anything for 2 days. This one here, you'll be seeing something as you actually river cruise along the Yangtze, something a bit special.
Let's show you some of the great sights. So this is the Three Gorges Dam.
The Three Gorges Dam, it's the largest power station in the world. It's the hydroelectric dam, and it was completed in 2012. Very impressive, and you'll have a chance to see this in all its awe as you go along the Yangtze River on there. You've also got the Qutang, and also the Wu Gorges as well, which again is another opportunity on the second day. And again, on both of these days, you'll have staff with you, you'll have guides with you, giving you all the information. But as I said to you, Sean, you'll be seeing something all the time. You'll really be seeing China in all its glory.
And it's a beautiful 5-star full board river cruise there as well.
And again, from there we go on to Fengdu. Again, another opportunity to have a look around there. Another port of call. Again, the river cruise will stop and start as you go along, and you have an amazing opportunity. So basically, you've got 4 days on this river cruise just to ease you into China and get it started.
So, and this journey's only just begun, believe me. So, we've been to Shanghai for this wonderful river cruise. Where next then?
Then we go on for a transfer to Chengdu. You've got a hotel for a 1-night stay on here. And then
is this where we visit the pandas?
This is where we visit the pandas. Again, if you've never had the opportunity to do this, obviously the pandas famous in China, very rare. They have the conservation centre there, so you have the opportunity to go to China and see the pandas. And again, when we've put similar packages on like this before, and it's flown because the pandas are one of the highlights. But this one, as I said to you before, with it included of the river cruise, makes it even better. But you can imagine going there on day 9 of this package, going and see the pandas there, and again spending some time there. You've got a 1-night stay, and that again is something you might tick off the bucket list if you want to see the pandas in China.
And then, after we've seen our pandas, and we're feeling all cuddly.
Yeah, we're on to Xi'an, which is our next port of call, which is our next... No, I know Sean wasn't going to say it.
I was going to say it.
We've been practising that one for the last half an hour. This one here is going to obviously take you out into Xi'an, and this one is where you get the opportunity to visit, again, another one of the highlights, which of course is the Terracotta Warriors.
Again, this is on my bucket list.
Yeah,
it really is.
I mean, obviously famous anyway, but the Queen visited here in 1986, and this really put this on the map. Phenomenal exhibit to go and see. I am so jealous of this cruise because I've never been to the Terracotta Warriors. I did have the opportunity to do that a couple of years ago and I missed out on it, but again, the opportunity to spend some time, again, with your guides the whole way through this. You stay with the same guide all the way through on this package, and again, they'll walk you through the Terracotta Warriors.
This is what I love, you know, we really have cherry-picked the very best. Then, you're transferred from your hotel to the airport. We fly over to Beijing, and then you've actually got 3 nights in a fantastic hotel. What are the highlights in Beijing then?
So many highlights on this one. Again, one of the highlights on this one is Tiananmen Square. Obviously famous in 1989 with the uprising and, of course, unfortunately, the massacre. And again, the famous picture of the gentleman standing in front of the tank. Again, you've got the Forbidden City on there. You've got the Temple of Heaven tours as well. And then that's on day 1. And then on the second day, you're then going to be going on to, of course, the Great Wall of China. Again, if you've never been there before, you have opportunity to see a part of this. We don't expect our clients to walk the whole Wall of China because that will be a lot longer than a 31-day cruise. But you get the opportunity to say you've walked on the Great Wall of China. And again, as I said, with this one as well, with our tours, you get priority going through. So you don't have to queue at the Great Wall. You can actually get priority to go in and obviously beat the queues, which is something a little bit different.
And as you mentioned, you've got the Summer Palace tours as well.
Summer Palace tours as well.
Now, you've already had an amazing time. you've not even...
That's 14 days, that's 2 weeks done.
Yeah, I mean, imagine, you've seen all of that, and then you've got a 17-night cruise with Princess. And I want to take you on board, because I was recently very lucky to cruise with Princess. It was for my friend's 50th birthday, and I loved the whole experience. I had very, very high expectations of Princess, but they exceeded them. They really did.
Yeah.
The service, the food, just the general feel as well. It was a very relaxed atmosphere, but the standards were extremely high.
We get a lot of clients that phone in, and obviously people always have their favourites. And I would say people that tend to go with Princess go again and again.
I was going to say that.
And when you get those repeat clients, you know that they're doing a good job on board.
I met friends on board that had been with Princess now for over 12, 13 cruises or so.
Yeah.
The food was wonderful. The restaurant experience was great. I love the movies under the stars. It was such a lot of fun to just lie outside and see the movies. Gorgeous pool areas, of course, as well. You could really chill out and relax. And that's I really adored the back of the ship there.
Yeah, because
spent a lot of time. It was a bit of a sun trap, actually.
Bit of a sun trap. You could get down there early and get the sunbeds. But again, with Princess, great food, great entertainment, great bars and restaurants, something to keep everyone entertained.
My friends who were cruising for the first time, we went to the nightclub, by the way, every night. And I don't normally do that.
Yeah, I thought that.
Do you know what? The actual views were really good, I should say.
Yeah.
The back of the ship, you see. Now, all the staterooms, our friends had an ocean view, we had a balcony, but again, beautifully laid out, lots of space. The beds, I slept amazingly well.
Yeah. Was that after the nightclub?
Yeah.
They always send you to
I did have the drinks package as well.
I thought you might have done. But it is very, very good, Princess. And as I said, with the feedback we get from them is very, very high.
Yeah.
As I said, many of the staff have worked on all the ships there. Great experience. And as I said, as you can see there, beautiful images of the ships.
Yeah. I will definitely cruise with Princess again. So I was so impressed. So I think when you are away for this length of time, you need to know that you're going to be on a great ship and everything's going to be taken care of, and it will with Princess.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see where you're going to be going to on this fabulous 17-night cruise. First day's at sea, isn't it, Glenn?
Yeah, well, you'll need to relax after all that itinerary you've done before, so you can get to see the ship and again...
and start to chill a bit.
Chill a little bit and relax a little bit. Then we're going into Busan in South Korea. Again, fantastic opportunity to see another country. Obviously there you've got the UN Memorial Cemetery, you've got beaches as well. Maybe just spend some time going around the main city. But again, a huge city as you can see. Again, a place that I've never been to, I really want to go to, and this is why this is such an interesting cruise for me. And to see South Korea is something a little bit special on there for you.
And then Nagasaki is next, isn't it?
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to go to Nagasaki a couple of years ago, and very, very sombering place to go and see. Obviously, with the August the 9th, 1945, with the bomb, and of course they've just literally had the 70th anniversary. Very, very interesting place to go and see. You really need to take a trip to go and see the museum, and it really, whatever you've got going on in your life, see what's going on in that museum, because it does bring you down to earth. But very, very interesting place. And once you've done that, you'll have an opportunity to go around the city and see a little bit of Nagasaki as well. Very good.
Then a day at sea, just enjoy those enjoy those wonderful open spaces, the pools, the lounges. And we're making our way over to Shanghai.
Shanghai, we've already been to Shanghai, so again, another opportunity. If you didn't do all your shopping there on the first time, you're on the cruise now, so you can do a little bit of shopping in Shanghai and see what you haven't seen.
A couple of days at sea, and then we're actually overnight on board in Hong Kong. And that's good, because, Hong Kong, you don't want to just do it in an afternoon, do you?
No, I mean, it's such a condensed city to go and see, and I mean, obviously you can get around quite easily. We were there for the rugby a couple of years ago, but again, a great opportunity to have a look around in Hong Kong. Another one of the fantastic cities of the world. But the good thing with this is having the overnight is that you can relax a little bit more. You don't have to rush back to the ship. Your food's already on board the ship, but maybe you want to eat out that night, try a little bit of the local restaurants, take some advice from the local guides. But again, a great opportunity to have a look. And as I said, just be careful with the credit cards in Hong Kong, because it's even better shopper than it is in Shanghai. And some of the prices there are very, very good. But again, one of the great cities of the world, and so if you've not been there before, I thoroughly recommend you see as much as you possibly can.
I've actually booked my next cruise in November, and we are visiting Hong Kong, and I can't wait.
Yeah, brilliant.
Really can't wait.
Fantastic city.
Fantastic. It's been on my
and the
bucket list
sailing
for many
there
years.
as well is amazing
Is
as
it?
well. Amazing sailing into Hong Kong.
I mean, I think you'll agree already, this is one of the most spectacular journeys we've ever taken you on the show. Now, the next 2 days at sea, I just want to talk about this, because quite often people say, what do you do on the days at sea? Is it a bit boring? That couldn't be further from the truth.
No.
There's always so much happening on a ship in so many different areas.
Exactly, they do. You know, there's loads of stuff to do. Again, after a package like this, you might just want to relax and take it easy. As I said, you've got the movie Under the Stars. Spend some time exploring the ship. Treat yourself to a spa treatment. Relax, have a massage. Again, you know, you never get enough to eat on a cruise ship. We know that. So, you know, go and get some more food. Keep troughing and troughing. Again, there's loads of things to do on that. But again, a great opportunity just to obviously just experience the ship, take it easy and see as much as you can.
What I realised, I mean, the friends I was with are quite reserved, and there are always busy areas on the ship, but there are always quiet areas. So we found the back of the ship was really quiet, and we loved it. There's always going to be great entertainment every evening as well. So your whole evenings, you've got, you know, drinks in the bars, the cocktail lounges, there's entertainment, you know, singers, dancers. You've got your great restaurant experiences, you know, even things like the casino if you fancy a flutter. So there's always
something going on.
I've never been bored for a second. In fact, we came off our cruise thinking we didn't get to do it all.
No. Exactly.
Anyway, we've still got some more ports, haven't we? Ho Chi Minh.
Ho Chi Minh into Vietnam now. So again, another place to go and visit. Again, you've got a chance to go to the Cu Chi tunnels here. Again, Vietnam's got its past for the last 40 years. Again, another very, very sombering places. Make sure you try and get out into the places there of history and go and see those Cu Chi tunnels. Go and see the Killing Field. A very, very interesting place. And again, another place to go and see.
Now, something completely different now. Bangkok.
And Bangkok is something completely different. You can have all sorts of holidays there, and I've had a couple of good holidays myself. Great opportunity to go into Lang Shabang, and then from there you can make your way into Bangkok. Great bars, great restaurants. You've got the river going through the middle there. Fantastic temples, and of course the nightlife as well. It's famous Bangkok. You're into Thailand now, and it's just a lovely way of finishing this package.
Yeah.
And again, as I said, something a little bit special.
And then you've got 2 final days at sea. Back to Singapore when you disembark and you're flown back home, of course, to the UK. Glenn, one thing I want to ask you, I mean, this is a big decision for our viewers to make tonight. Do you get people calling and just asking for more questions, you know, asking more questions about this, getting more information?
Yeah, tonight I would say we'll have people phoning in, getting more information. I mean, hopefully we've given them quite enough anyway. You know, it's a 31-day cruise, you know, it's for 2 people, it's sort of £7,000, so it's a big investment. But the other thing I would say to you is if you want to do China and you're not sure how to do it, this takes in everything. Even with the person that we work with, she'll also help you to organise your Chinese visas as well, which is something people get a little bit scared of as well, so they can help her assist and do that.
So not everything is taken off, there's nothing that you have to worry about.
If you want to do China, book this package. Book this package.
I want to. Just speak to my bosses, get me a month off and I'll do it.
Let me have a quick chat now, one second.
Anyway, let's remind you what's included. We've managed to squeeze it into one page here. But you've got 70 nights full board cruise. The food is amazing, honestly. All the flights, all the transfers are included. You've got the tours of China. You've got the river cruise included, and that's a 4-night, 5-star river cruise. All of these great tours, the Terracotta Warriors, the Great Wall, Tiananmen Square, the Panda Conservation, many more, and your hotel stays, of course, they're all included in this trip of a lifetime. All you need to do, if you want to find out more, is give us a call, 0800 840 1088. That is, of course, exclusive to Planet Cruise.
Exactly.
Wow. That's what Planet Cruise are really good at, by the way, putting together exclusive bespoke packages, as well as getting you great deals. Now, our great mate, Keith Maynard, is on a cruise right now. I know he's in the middle of the sea, so hopefully we'll be able to speak to him. I'm not going to guarantee it, but where there's a will, there's a way. We'll try. Mr. Keith Maynard, are you there by any chance?
I'm here, Sean. How are you?
Oh, modern technology.
I'm relieved. I didn't think you'd be there. How are you doing, mate? Glenn's with me. How are you doing, mate?
Hi, Glenn. Yeah, I'm doing really well. We're having an amazing time, Sean. We really, really are. It's been brilliant. We had a whole day of sea today, so it's been in the gym first thing, and then literally going up to the Persian Garden, because obviously we're aqua class, so we get to go up to the Persian Garden and relax in all the saunas and the steam rooms and those wonderful kind of heated beds that are really good if you've got a bad back. And then we went up and we had the SPE certified food at the Spa Cafe, which is amazing, and they grilled me a lovely piece of chicken breast, and I had these wonderful kind of pork Thai wraps in these salad leaves. And then we were just sunbathing all afternoon, had a few pina coladas, and then we've just eaten in Ocean Liners, which is the wonderful kind of French a la carte restaurant on board, and it was absolutely superb. I had this amazing porcini mushroom risotto, and Melanie had this amazing lobster, and they literally made the lobster by the side. They brought it out and they flambéed it in front of us. It was incredible.
Keith, I'm so jealous.
Starving.
It's been raining all day here. It's been hideous.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Has it?
Honestly, it's been terrible. So you're cruising right now with Celebrity, 5-star experience. You went all-inclusive, Keith, as well, didn't you? You got the drinks package? Is that right?
That's right. I've got the premium drinks package, and that just means literally, it doesn't make the whole cruise all-inclusive. I also had some onboard spend, which has been brilliant, which Ruth very kindly organised, and that's brilliant because we've used that. Melanie went and got a massage yesterday when we came back in from Dubrovnik. So it's really handy because you just literally don't spend anything while you're on board at all, because everything's taken care of, and literally whether that's for your water, whether you want your San Pellegrino fizzy, Pescato water, or whether you want to have your really high range spirits, like I love my Hendrix gin, as you know, Sean.
I do know.
So I've been having a few cheeky Hendrix and cucumbers. It's been fabulous.
Well, Keith, we have had a few people emailing and messaging and said they love the pictures, but seeing as you go into the gym every day and you're bronzed and you're looking after yourself, they want some topless ones. Is that okay?
Yeah. I'm gonna send some. I'll be sending some topless ones in. I promise. Yeah.
Just
I'll be flexing the text.
Thousands of ladies are requesting that. That's all, Keith. Listen, I'm so glad you and Melanie are having a great time, and we'll see you next week, mate, and hear more.
Absolutely, mate. Just one very quick thing I'm going to say, and that's Melanie, first-time cruiser. She couldn't believe not only the fact that you're in a different place every day, but she couldn't believe the level of the service and how good the food's been. Yeah. But I know you're busy, mate. Take care. Great to speak to you and Glenn.
Listen, give our love to Melanie as well, won't
Have
you?
a good one.
All right, Keith. Bless you, mate.
Oh. Take care.
Keith, say is cruising with Celebrity right now. It's his girlfriend's first cruise, and you find that time and time again. Nobody can ever believe the level of service and the food. Just quickly, I know Keith's cruising with Celebrity. They've got an all-inclusive deal that finishes at the end of this month.
End of this month. So again, they have these promotions on. If you want to book Celebrity, call in. Let's see if we can get you on the deal. But the all-inclusive is great. But Keith was great. He spoke to me about the cruise. I got him booked on it. Got him a nice cabin, and he's happy. So that's what we do. And we can do the same for you at home. Now, our next cruise is with Royal Caribbean, the first company that I cruised with. Love them to bits. This is on board the Vision of the Seas. Let's give you a little taster of Royal Caribbean. So first of all, so much to do with Royal Caribbean. Yeah, I love Royal Caribbean. I was fortunate enough to go on the Anthem of the Seas at the start of the year. Yeah, which is the new one. But again, the Vision's slightly smaller ship compared to some of their huge vessels.
It's got 2,500
people on there, but still got all the facilities on board there as well to keep all ages occupied. Again, you've got all the facilities on there for you. Great cruising on this one. A nice Mediterranean. A few ports maybe you haven't been to before, but again, Croatia, Turkey and Greece on this one. And the highlight, of course, is sailing out of the Venice on there as well. And again, you've got an excellent opportunity to do that on that one for you. But again, you can see the entertainers on there. They've got all the different acrobats that come flying down from the ceilings. There's something to keep everybody occupied on these ones.
And when I'm recommending a cruise, particularly to families and extended families, you do know that whatever you're into, whatever you like, you will be satisfied with.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at obviously taking the baby on next year. And, and we'll probably take her on one of these because they do cater for everybody, and you've got the kids clubs on there, you've got all the facilities, something for everybody in all the ages.
So I cruised with Royal Caribbean with my niece and nephew and said the kids clubs and things are great. Now it's a really lovely itinerary. As we mentioned, you're going to be cruising out of Venice. We fly you there, of course, to start with, and then it's got to be one of the most beautiful ports to cruise out of.
Exactly, yeah. It's a highlight port, one of the top 5, I'd say, in the world. Past St Mark's Square. Again, if you've been on a holiday to Venice, cruising out of it is completely different, and you do feel very, very special sailing out of Venice.
And we're cruising out of Venice, making our way to Dubrovnik.
Dubrovnik, the old city, the UNESCO World Heritage Site of Dubrovnik. Used to go there every single week on the cruise. An amazing old walled city. Again, depending on whether you go onto the left side or the main side, depending on where you're going to dock. Again, you get a chance to go into the walled city, walk around the walls on there. An amazing, because obviously it was destroyed after the war 20 years ago. They've refurbished it. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site now. It is a beautiful, beautiful city. And again, a great chance to go for like restaurants and bars, very, very cheap as well.
Now, a day at sea, make the most of that. but we're making our way over to Rhodes.
I used to love Rhodes, the old town of Rhodes. You can walk into Rhodes from where the ship docks. Again, if you want to go a little bit further afield, you've got the Acropolis in Lindos, amazing views over there. If you like your Greek Isles, again, a great time of year to go. If you go into the summer period, again, fantastic opportunity. And again, as I said, as you walk through these places, amazing tavernas, if you like the Greek food as well. And again, it is superb.
And it really is a nice place just to wander and stroll around.
Beautiful, yeah. Again, you can just walk around in Rhodes. From there, we're going on to Kusadasi. Now, Kusadasi in Turkey, again, a great destination, whether you do the tours or whether you go off just in Kusadasi. Highlight is Ephesus. I would thoroughly recommend a half-day tour over to Ephesus. Built 10th century BC, amazing opportunity to go around the ruins, into the theatre and the amphitheatre as well. And again, you can do that in the morning. In the afternoon, come back and have a look around Kusadasi itself. Great market stalls there. You can do all your haggling. You can buy anything there. You can buy genuine, fake goods. Anything.
And then another day at sea, we're making our way over to Split in Croatia.
Again in Croatia, a fantastic opportunity to walk around the old town there. Roman and Venetian influences there. And again, a nice way, if you don't do a tour there, just spend some time walking around the old town there of Split. And it's a beautiful, beautiful little itinerary, this one.
And then back to Venice, of course, where you disembark and you're transferred to the airport and flown to the UK. Great price on this one. This is what's included. We've got great range of dates from May all the way through to November of next year. So the flights are free and they're based on either London, Gatwick or Manchester on this one as well. If you want the free flight, you must book by the 31st of August, so the end of this month, to get those free flights. You need a deposit today, and the itineraries just depending on departure date, they vary slightly. But again, we'll talk that through as you book. Now, we noticed some really good prices on this one in
I think we looked at the 20th of August. So if you want a summer holiday, $799 for starting off for an inside cabin. So if you want to get away in the summer holidays, $799 for the inside cabin on that one was one of the ones that really jumped out as a good price.
And also, you know, even the dates in September and October, because of where you're travelling to, you can still get some really nice temperatures.
Really good temperatures. And again, if you go slightly off peak, you go May, September, October. In some of the places you go to, especially a place like Dubrovnik, they get very, very busy with the ships turning up. So if you go a little bit off season, a bit more opportunity to go and see.
Now, I bet Glenn's really glad that he's not in the call centre tonight, because it will have been very, very busy. But we are going to finish with the most incredible offer. It's a 6-star luxury cruise from Regent. And we are going to talk through this in detail because everything is included. Tours, gratuities.
Fantastic opportunity.
Honestly, and normally you will be... I mean, I've had friends at Cruise with Regent and they've spent £5,000–6,000. This, for a deluxe veranda, is under $2,300. Let's give you a little taster. I must admit, I've always fancied cruising with Regent.
Yeah, and again, it is an amazing product, but again, it is high-end, okay? You're looking at 6 stars, so of course, that does reflect on the prices. So, of course, it's not within everybody's price range there. But again, with this deal, we've reduced it down to starting price at $2,299 for the deluxe veranda, $7,900 out of Monaco. If you're taking this ship out of Monaco, one of the highlight ports there as well. And again, with this one, everything's included. You've got deluxe staterooms in there as well.
Yeah, we looked at the size of the stateroom. It's 300 square foot, isn't it?
Huge, huge on there. Again, as you can expect on a 6-star cruise liner, food is second to none. Some of the best food at sea. You won't taste anything better than it. Absolutely fantastic. And again, also, of course, the ports of call are just slightly different to where you maybe go. We've got places like Portofino and Sorrento where a lot of the other cruise ships don't go into. So, again, you have the opportunity to try that. Everything's included on this. This was the first ship that had all suites, all balcony cabins. Again, gratuities included on this one. And also with this one, because there's never enough choice, you've got a choice of 39 different excursions included in the price.
So, honestly, you will not spend a penny, will you?
Not really, no. Again, everything's included on there. Your drinks, your gratuities, your excursions on there as well. And as I said, if you really want to live the high life, this is one to do.
I know one day I will definitely cruise with Regent. Tonight's price, we don't feature them, you know, that often, but if we've got a really hot price, you'll see Regent on the show, and tonight's is exceptional. Starts with a flight over to Barcelona. You're obviously then transferred to the Seven Seas Mariner for a 7-night cruise. And it's Palma next,
Palma,
isn't it?
yeah, as I said, one of my favourite destinations. I was actually living there last year. I've lived there for a few years, and we're actually getting
married there?
Me and Helen are getting married there next year, 3rd of September.
Are we all invited?
You're all invited, of course you are. We might do a link to you or something from the wedding. But it's a fantastic place to go and see. Again, where we dock is just near the Port of Peace shopping centre. To the right, you've got the port of Palma itself. I'd also recommend going maybe out to the Tramontana Mountains. A visit to Palma Cathedral is spectacular. 12th century Gothic cathedral there as well. Or just walk around in Palma. It is one of the most fantastic cities, I think, in Europe. As I said, I love it there as well. If you want to, you can take a trip over to the Caves of Drac, over on the east coast, over near Porto Cristo there. Again, if not, you can just relax and spend some time and do some shopping, maybe at El Cordon Glaze. But Palma is fantastic.
Then Marseille is next, isn't it?
Marseille, we talked about it a little bit before, down in the south of France. Again, beautiful sailing there as well, and again, maybe just spend some time walking around.
And then Monte Carlo.
One of the highlights. Again,
where you park your sports car, isn't it?
Yeah, that's where I normally park. Yeah, that three-wheeler I've got. Again, this one here, normally the ship will obviously tender in here because the ship is too big. But again, this is obviously where famous for the Grand Prix, famous for the rich and famous. Again, with this one, people say, I want to walk along the track for the Grand Prix. You're there. The main road is the actual track itself. A chance to go and see the casino. Again, if you want to go to the casino,
that's what I do.
You need to dress up. You need to take your passport with you as well. We used to just sit outside the Café de Paris, glass of champagne, and just watch the Ferraris go around
honestly,
the actual centre there.
It's a fascinating place, isn't it?
It is beautiful.
Then
Portofino.
Portofino.
Portofino, again, a beautiful part of the world. Again, very, very affluent there. Brown's Castle is stunning. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that's where Wayne Rooney got married, over near in Portofino, in Brown's Castle. I'm
right,
sure he did, so they'll let anyone in. But again, with Portofino, you could have a chance to go around the harbour. Beautiful pastel-coloured buildings there as well. When you go into the harbour, just wander around, have a coffee, and just look at the money. It is in abundance there.
Then the Port of Livorno. Now, you've got a choice really here, haven't you? You can either visit Florence or Pisa.
Well, my recommendation is Livorno's okay. You're going to walk in there after 5 minutes. It's not much there. Go to Florence or Pisa. But the other recommendation is we do a tour with Planet Cruise that does Florence and Pisa. So you go to Florence in the morning, you'll see the Duomo, you'll see the Ponte Vecchio, then from there you'll get a chance to go around.
I hate to say though, you wouldn't need to book any tours with you, would you? Because they're all included.
Oh, they're all included?
Yeah.
Of course they are. Sorry, I beg your pardon on this one. This is back into the old sales technique as well with when we were tours manager. But again, with this one, you've got Florence first of all, and then the other one is going to Pisa.
So don't forget, all your tours will be included with Regent, so you can choose.
All the choose, but definitely go to Pisa. That's a fantastic opportunity to do that one.
Then Sorrento.
Sorrento, beautiful again, stunning park, just outside Naples. Again, some of the tours we used to do from Naples go down to Sorrento. This docks in Sorrento itself.
Lovely.
So again, normally tender over into the lemon and orange groves of Sorrento. Great chance to see the Amalfi coastline as well. And if the weather's nice over there, there's no better place in the world. One of our managers has just booked a honeymoon. She's leaving next week to Sorrento.
Really?
I pushed her to go there, and I hope she enjoys it.
So
it's fantastic.
A beautiful place.
Beautiful.
Then back to Rome, where you disembark and you're flown, of course, to the UK. When we feature a 6-star cruise, the standards are going to be exceptional. This is an all-inclusive. Now, as we mentioned, you get up to 39 free shore excursions. You will never, ever have to pay for one of those. You'll even get free Wi-Fi if you book concierge as well, and all of your return flights. But let's just show you, when we say all-inclusive, look at this. Free unlimited shore excursions, free luxury hotel package if you go for concierge suite or higher, free unlimited beverages, and that includes fine wines, premium spirits, free open bars and lounges, plus even your mini bar is replenished daily.
Yeah, of course. Which
Yes,
is nice.
if it needs to be.
Or it will be.
The specialty restaurants, they're included.
Exactly. Gratuities.
Included.
Wi-Fi.
Which is free throughout the ship anyway. All of your transfers, selected regionals, and 24-hour room service. I mean, wow.
This is high end. This is the top of the level. You know, if you want the top level ships on there, Regent is second to none. And again, service is fantastic.
I know Derek Belcher, who recently retired here in Idleworld, who brought us the car shares and all of our gardening equipment. He recently went on a Regent cruise and loved it.
Loved it.
Yes, it was amazing. Right. Told you it was a good show. Keith's going to be so envious of it. But let's remind you of everything that we've seen tonight. Now, if you're maybe on a budget tonight, or you're booking a first cruise, or you just want to squeeze in a cheeky little cruise, maybe you've already been on your holiday, but you want a little extra break, this is the one. It's from Costa, 3 459 is the price tonight. That lead date getting away in December when it's all really stressful here in the UK. So return flights are included. We can provide those from most UK airports, and it works out less than a B&B in some places in the UK, £52 per person per night. But that will get busy, particularly the single special 459. Then the company that Glenn worked for many, many years, and do you know, to cruise with P&O on the Azura around the fjords, it doesn't get better than this. 569 is the price. We've got a brilliant upgrade. If you want to have all of that natural light, if you want to get to see more of the scenery, you can get an outside from only £30 per person as well. Great prices on the balcony as well. Then the biggie, if you want to see China, Glenn, this is the one, isn't it?
This is the one. As I said, it's a little bit special, this one. It doesn't come in very often, and I think it's a shame. If you want to see it, snap it up today.
And obviously, there's a lot to take in on that one. All we ask, if you're interested, give us a call. It's a free phone number. Call tonight, even call throughout the week, but we want to tell you more about that one. And it's amazing. If you can get away for a whole month, then please give us a call for that one. And when you look there, if you want to see China, you get to see everything you'd possibly want. Yeah. So comprehensive.
Comprehensive. It's got everything there. As I said, the guys are waiting to take your calls tonight. If not, I'll be in the morning at 9 o'clock and I'll speak to you.
Yeah, Glenn can talk to you tomorrow. He really can. But amazing value and just an outstanding experience. Then, Royal Caribbean, this is on board the Vision of the Seas. It's the Croatia, Turkey and Greek Isles cruise there. And the price is only $599 on this one. Deposit only needed tonight. We've got return flights. If you want the free flights, you must book by the 31st of August to get those. Only deposit needed, of course. And a price of only $599. Then we just saw the outstanding Regent 7 Seas cruise. It doesn't get more inclusive and better than this. It's 6-star luxury. 39 free shore excursions to choose from. All of your gratuities, your minibar, the specialty restaurants, it's all there.
Everything's included on this one, and this is, like as I said, top level, 6-star cruising.
And the one thing I would say, if you went with another cruise company and ended up doing all of those excursions and doing all those specialty restaurants, you would end up spending a lot more than the price on the screen. Now, if you'd like to get interactive as well, you can tweet us, you can contact us on Facebook, you can subscribe to us on YouTube, and you can email us hello@planetcruise.co.uk. I just want to say a big thank you to Glenn, and I know you and the rest of the team, you are there to help our customers.
Yeah, we are. You know, as I said, please speak to us. We will try our best for you. We will find the best cruise for you. There's something out there for everybody. Whatever your budget, however long you can get off work, if you're retired and can take months off, we will sort you out.
And Glenn, for any viewers that maybe watched the show several times, but they still haven't booked a cruise, what is it about cruising that is so special, would you say?
It is that you wake up in a different port every day, high levels of service, food's included, great opportunities to see parts of the world. What else is there to do? Go on a cruise.
And these are floating magical resorts.
Exactly.
And some people worry about being on a ship in the water and things. The big ships always feel so stable.
You don't even know you're on a ship.
You really don't.
You don't know you're on it.
It's magical. It truly is. Glenn, we will see you soon. I know you're going to have a busy day tomorrow.
I've got to get back to the office.
Going to say you better drive back and get some sleep. But Glenn there taking some of the many, many calls that will be coming in. I'll see you next week on the show. In fact, I'll see you later tonight, but do give us a call.